What is the state of the team, best you can tell?
The state of the team is they should have beaten the Seahawks in Seattle, where Russell Wilson is now 37-6 as a starter with an incredible game against an atrocious pass coverage. That's 2 times Deshaun Watson has put them in position to win on the road, and the secondary and the defense have just blown it with awful pass defense. And that started in New England with Brady and now Russell Wilson. The two of them carved them like pumpkins, and they gave up 9 touchdown passes to those two. So the team's in good shape because Watson has been phenomenal. The controversy generated by Bob McNair, Bob McNair has apologized twice. He met with his players. The guy, I've known Bob McNair since '99. Never known him one time to lie. Never heard him even remotely say anything racist. And I hate to see a guy who has done so much at the forefront of minority hiring, not just for African Americans, but women, Hispanics. I could go up and down the department heads and the VPs here, not to mention $300 million he's given away, be defined by one line. I'd hate to be defined by some of the dumb things I've said throughout my career. And I feel bad for McNair. He's getting eviscerated all over the country, locally too. And he said something stupid. You say something stupid, you apologize, you hope people can forgive you. And I don't know if people will. But the bottom line, it didn't affect him in the game. Bill O'Brien has done a tremendous job of keeping his team focused through that controversy last week, through the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. And, of course, he got a lot of practice at keeping his team focused when he went to Penn State.
Well, let's just there's 2 pieces to that. Let's choose the first one first in McNair. Is that one would think, John, is that the people that know him the best would be the ones that are around him the most, and that would be the players, the ones with whom they've had either interpersonal relationships or they cash his checks. And their reaction was so visceral, was so angered by it. You have to think that there's more to this, that there's got to be some there. I mean, what would you say to that supposition?
I would say that the players, led by Dwayne Brown, who lost $3.87 million by a contract holdout and came back last week, they had the first time anybody knelt in this team's last 2 years, and then 10 of them didn't. But Jonathan Joseph, cornerback, told me after the game is over. It's a one-time thing. We want to make a point. And they know. The truth is, I'll bet you, I don't know how many players could get to tell you anything about what Bob McNair's done. I'll give you an example. Last year after Dwayne Brown raised his fist in New England, McNair got with Dwayne and I think it was 4 others. I wrote this, and I can't remember it all. 4 other African-American players and went to our mayor's African-American and other minorities, and they got to unify the African-American and minority community, not just African-Americans, but minority community with the police department. And I remember afterward, Dwayne Brown and everybody praising the heck out of McNair for stepping up and doing that. And now that was just one thing. And like I said earlier, I feel bad for a guy that says something stupid, and then a lot of people can't forgive him, and it's just something that's going to be part of his legacy, and there's nothing he can do about it other than continue to do the things he's done to help people.
And do you believe the second statement? I know you said you never known him to lie, but you believe the second statement that he was referring to the league office as the inmates running the prison of the league decision-making?
I have no idea. I know what he said, and as I said before, I have never – he and Gary Kubiak are the only 2 people I've ever covered in my 45 years in this business that I've never caught lying, and Kubiak and Bob McNair. And so if he said he was talking about them, and then I believe him. A lot of people don't. Obviously, his players didn't, or they wouldn't. They heard him tell them in person, and almost all of them still decided to kneel to make a statement. And I don't know if any of them will continue to do it. Jonathan Joseph said no. Dwayne Brown didn't say. And so we'll just have to see. I do know this. Bill O'Brien will do a good job keeping the team focused because he's had enough practice at it.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.